So this video is to explain how to use the cosine ratio, very similar to the tan and the sine ratio, so you should all cope quite well with it. So our learning intentions are that you can write down the cosine ratio, which is cos x equals adjacent over hypotenuse. You can then identify the adjacent and the hypotenuse on your diagram, and then substitute into the cosine ratio and solve it to find the equation, find the unknown. Just like the sine rule, the whole word is cosine, and then whenever you shorten it, we say cos. Okay. So you're going to be working on your problem solving and critical thinking skills again. Okay, let's have a look at the example. So can you copy this one into your jotters? So first of all, copy down the ratio cos theta, where remember theta is just the symbol for the angle, is adjacent over hypotenuse. Here we've got a little diagram. We've been told the angle's 46. We've been told that this side's 13.2 and this side's called x. So that's the one we're trying to find out. So this time if we identify the sides directly across from the right angle, that means 13.2 is the hypotenuse. There's the angle we're dealing with. So this would be the opposite side here that we don't know. And this side here is the adjacent because it's beside the angle. So this time we're dealing with the adjacent and the hypotenuse. Write down your cosine ratio. So cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Substitute in what you know, which is the angle and the 13.2. Multiply both sides by 13.2 and then work it out on your calculator to one decimal place. You should get 9.2. Okay, so just the same as with the sine and the tan. I've got one more example. So this is a bit more of a problem solving type example. This is actually one of the ones from the textbook that you're not going to do. So here, what we have been shown is there's a triangle, KLM, it's isosceles, ML is 240 and MK is 74. And that's been marked on the diagram for us there. And we've defined MKL. So first of all, we need to know what angle that is on the diagram. So we go MKL, which means it's this angle down here that we're trying to find out, the one that's at K. So what I've done is, remember you can only use trigonometry in a right angle triangle. So I've just drawn out this bottom triangle because it's right angled. And it has the angle that we're trying to find out. So that's what this is down here. So you can see there's K, there's the angle we're trying to find out. There's L, there's that right angle. This side is 240 because you've been told it's an isosceles triangle, so those two sides have to be the same. And this bottom length is 74, but because I've only drawn half of it, I've divided 74 by 2 and said that that's 37. So now I've got a right angle triangle. I've identified which sides I have. So directly opposite the right angle is 240, so that's the hypotenuse. This is the angle we're trying to find out. So the adjacent is 37, and the opposite we're not using in this question. So again, I've written down the cosine ratio, cos theta, and substituted in 37 over 240. I've worked out 37 over 240 on the calculator. And then because I'm finding out the angle, remember, you have to do inverse cos of both sides. So just like you did with inverse sine and inverse tan. So you press shift, then cos, and then ideally your last answer. If you can't get the answer function working, then don't worry, just type in a couple of decimal places. Just bear in mind that your answer might be slightly different at the back of the book when you're doing them. Here's a little video of me doing that one again, just to remind you. So 37 divided by 40, work that out. I've written just the first couple of digits and dot, 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 then inverse cos, and you get 81.1. Okay, don't forget to put the degree symbol on because that's the units that you found out. So what I want you to try now then is page 158 in the same textbook, the TJ Nat 4 plus 1, exercise 19.5, skip out 1 and 2, so just start on question 3 and just go up to question 8. So question 3 starts off finding the sides, and then later on these questions move on to finding the angles like this one. Okay, good luck.